So this is gonna be a really fun video. What are we talking about? Coffee enemas. What? So part of my protocol is weekly I do a coffee enema. And I've had a lot of people ask me about coffee enemas, exactly what you do. There are some YouTube videos, but they're not really very good. So I thought that I would kind of walk you through my process of doing a coffee enema. So I'm gonna start with what you need. You need medium roast organic coffee. So I get this guy from Fairway, which is my local grocery store, and it has to be grinded for a French press. So I use a French press, but that's not how you brew the coffee. You actually have to boil it in a pot. So you want to take a pot, just a small one is fine, and fill it up basically to the top. You want 32 ounces of water. And the 32 ounces of water will give you enough coffee for 2 enemas. I usually do them once a week or twice a week. So I keep the coffee in the fridge after it's been cooked, and then I take it out, let it get to room temperature, and then I'll do the coffee enema. So in this batch though, we're gonna get the coffee right off the pot, but I am gonna have to let it cool down. So you're going to want filtered water. I use Mountain Valley Spring filtered water that I get in glass jugs delivered to my door because that is the most beneficial and the healthiest kind of water that you can get. You don't want plastic bottled water and you don't want tap water because you have to think that stuff's going in your body. It's cleansing you and filtering it out. So you definitely want filtered water that is not contaminated with any other components. Okay, the next thing you need is an enema bag. So these are also known as a hot water bag for when you have menstrual cramps or when you have back pain or whatever it is. So for this guy, I get him at CVS or Walgreens or any pharmacy kind of store, wherever you are, should have one of these, or you can probably order it online. So an enema bag is what you need to put the coffee in. You're going to use 16 ounces, and I'm going to walk us through this, but 16 ounces per enema. So 16 ounces of fluid coffee per enema. So that will go in the bag. And this comes with a bunch of different little pieces. So you got the part that goes inside you, you have the part that filters here through the enema, and then you have the hose part, and the hose pours the coffee into your bottom, nice, slowly and gradually. And let me walk you through it now. Okay, so we have enough water in here to give us about 2 enema amounts. And we are going to boil the water first, and then we're going to add the coffee. Okay, we got bubbles. We got bubbles. So, as soon as the bubbles happen, we reduce the heat, turn it down to low, and then from there, we add our scoops of coffee. So let's see, let me get this ready. So here we go. I'm gonna open this guy up. You can see in here, it's nicely ground, and I eyeball it, but you might want to measure it, especially for your first few times. But let's see if I can do this with my phone. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 heaping scoops, which is basically tablespoons. 4 tablespoons per enema. So I'm gonna do 8 big tablespoons in here. I think that was 5, 6, because I've got 2 amounts for 2 separate enemas. So there we go. So that should be enough. And you can see that it's starting to bubble. The heat is reduced to low, and now this is gonna bubble, and you let it brew for about 10 minutes. Simmer it down for 10 minutes. So this stays on for 10 minutes, and then after that, we take it off the heat and we'll let it cool until we're ready to do the enema. Okay, So now that it's cooled down a little, we are going to add it to the French press. So this is 32 ounces. So half of this is 16 ounces, and that's the amount of coffee that goes into the enema. So here I go. I pour it in. The reason we do this is because we filter out the grinds. And I'm going to show you. So there we go. It's full to the top, and then you can see in here the grinds stay in the pot. So that's cool because you don't want the grinds to go into your bottom. You can see that it's still a little hot, so I still have to let this cool a little, but here we are. That's enough for 2 enemas. So now I'm just gonna filter this out. Make sure we don't have any more grinds. We don't have any more grinds, not grounds, grinds. It's so weird to do a video about coffee enemas. Truthfully, it is, but I really love doing them, so it's definitely worth sharing and talking about. Okay, so that's gonna sit there for a while because I'm still letting this cool. I might actually put it in the fridge for a couple minutes just to let it cool a little bit more. It's about to get real. We are in the bathroom. So I will show you the setup after I do this little take. So I have my coffee handy right here, and I have a measuring cup to measure the 16 ounces out. I have lubricant because you need lubricant to put in the tip of the enema, and you need your bag, of course. So also, something I didn't mention at the start, you should have hydrogen peroxide on stock because hydrogen peroxide is how you clean everything after. So soak it with some water and hydrogen peroxide, let it air dry overnight. I always rinse it out. I rinse the tube out when everything is finished with the water and the hydrogen peroxide, and then I air dry it and then put it away for the next time. So that's just a helpful tip when you are cleaning everything out. So what we are going to do is pour in 16 ounces. 1 full measuring cup is 16 ounces. And then you can see here that there's still 16 ounces almost, basically to the tip of 16 ounces left in here. So that'll be for next time. So I'm gonna save that. You have to be very careful not to spill the coffee because I've done that before all over the bathroom, and that is not fun to clean up. It makes a big mess. So careful, slow and steady wins the race. So here we go. We pour the coffee into the enema bag. There we go. That's in. So you can see that it got full. And then add this piece, tighten it up. Add the tube part to that piece, nice and tight. And then close the clip because you do not want to spill anything out. So make sure you close the clip real nice and tight, and then add this part, the part that goes inside you. Okay. So that is that step. So now you're almost ready. The reason we do this in the bathroom is because we want to make sure that we're real close to the toilet. Okay, so I want to show you the setup so you can see how I have everything set up real close to the toilet, because as soon as the enema comes out, you literally have to go real quick. So you can see that the enema bag is hanging upside down. I will use the lube and let the clip go, and then the fluid will start to go into my colon. And then from there, once the enema bag has completely drained into the colon. Then you start counting for 10 minutes. You put your timer on, and the coffee needs to stay inside your bottom for 10 minutes. That is really difficult to do the first few times. You feel like you have to go right away. Do your best to keep the enema inside you for the full 10 minutes, because then you will get the best results. Right, Paisley? Yeah, you're so cute. She loves to be really close to me all the time. Okay, so this is harder than it looks. I'm literally laying on my left side, because you're supposed to lay on your left side to receive the enema. And now it's just filtering through, and I'm laying here, and I will lay here probably for about 15 minutes total. 5 minutes to let the fluid get into the colon, and then another 10 minutes to let it like linger and do its thing. So it's super awkward and weird, but definitely feels so good. Also, I will talk about the benefits of why I do this. Okay, so I'm all cleaned out. I do love it, I have to say. So now I've put the remaining coffee in this mason jar. I'll put it in the fridge for the next time I'm gonna do an enema, which is once or twice a week. So this will just be stored for the next time, and then I'll take it out, let it go to room temperature, and then I will perform another enema. 2 really important tips is you need to be super hydrated before doing a coffee enema. And of course, consult your physician or your integrative oncologist or your naturopathic doctors before doing this. I personally drink 3 big, large green juices. You've seen my juices because I post about them. And I don't consume anything else throughout the day. So I literally just drink the juices throughout the day with lots of water, and then I perform the coffee enema. So you get the best results that way, and most of the toxins from your body will be removed. The reason for coffee enemas is in World War I and World War II, when veterans did not have antibiotics or medicine, they would cleanse their system by doing coffee enemas. And with coffee enemas, just like when you drink coffee, it's a dietary, so you eliminate right away when you drink coffee. The difference though is that when you do an enema, the enema goes directly into your system faster than when you drink the coffee as a dietary. Also, it is non-acidic when it goes into your colon. So when you drink coffee, it promotes high acidity in your system, and high acidity promotes cancer or other inflammation and disease. So to reduce inflammation and acidity and have a more alkalining system, then that's where the coffee enemas come into play. So I don't drink coffee, but I do the enemas. So that is the reason. This is also recommended by the Gershon Cancer Institute. But definitely, if you're thinking about doing this, consult your doctor, because I am not a doctor. I just know my body really, really well, and I know what works for me, and this is working. So I hope this helped you, and I hope that you will try it. If you do, let me know, because it's an interesting situation. If you have any questions, of course, I'm happy to answer them and to walk you through anything that you might need. So good luck.